Greetings, royal family. Thanks for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. Episode 2 of Tamar Braxton, Get Your Life. Lord, oh Lord. So thanks to those of you who watched my review for episode 1. Yes, I am late. I know episode 3 is going to be coming on tonight, but I had to get this out to you. All right, so I don't know what is going to come of this, but we shall see. So the episode opens up with Mona Scott Young. She is very manipulative. She has the ability to come across as if she's so genuine. And there are some things that she said that just made me shake my head. So Tamar and Mona are talking, and Tamar's talking about wanting a ring, wanting David to propose to her, but she said that she's not ready to be married. That doesn't make any sense. So she'd rather be the fiance than just be the girlfriend, because of course people are hung up on titles, and obviously that title holds some weight to Tamar. So she says that she doesn't want to get married because she'll be known as David's wife. So she'd rather be a fiance than a girlfriend, because I guess that's a higher title. But she's not ready to actually walk down the aisle and get married. So Mona asked about Vince and David. So Tamar says that she can only imagine how Vince feels, being that there is another man around his child. I thought that was very, very interesting. She feels that that's something that David and Vince has to handle. No, Tamar, I think that that's something you have to handle. I'm going to try to hold off on my thoughts. So the producer, the music producer, Johnny Wright, Jason Wright, whatever his name is, well-decorated music producer, has tons of accolades, Grammy Awards, so on and so forth. So they're trying to get Tamar's music out. Tamar claims that she wants to get music out, right? I don't know how true that is. I think that she likes the attention more so than actually doing the work and getting a project out. So the producer and his team actually come to Tamar's house. So they set up everything, accommodating her, right? Because she's in the house. Tamar decides to go cook a full course meal instead of getting to work. Now, Goldie is this dream specialist that's working with Tamar to try to get her to her quote unquote highest potential, whatever that means. So Goldie says that this is an avoidance tactic. And you can see her off in the background observing Tamar and just looking a little bit frustrated and confused. Tamar with all the antics, she's extremely animated, and she's just talking about, she's cooking this, she's cooking that. She's cooking. Yes, the music producer and his team got to eat. I thought that was very hospitable and nice, but these people, they come here to work. So Logan ends up coming home, right? Vince enters the home, and according to production, David wouldn't participate in the series if Vince appeared on the show. My question is, why would Vince want to be a part of the show or willing to be filmed on Tamar's show, right? I know a lot of people are saying that David is controlling, but is Vince willing to be a part of the show? If so, why? I understand that he and Tamar had a marriage, they have a child together. I get that, but what would be the advantage of Vince filming on Tamar's show? So Tamar is kind of like rushing him out, like, oh, I don't want you to hear my new music. I don't want you to hear my music. Bye. Don't you have a flight to catch? She's talking to Vince. We don't see him. We don't hear him. But is it that Vince wants to make sure everything is going well while she's recording music? Seems a bit controlling, no? Now, production is still waiting for Tamar to record at this point, right? She starts, of course, with her antics, and then she goes into the room and she encourages Logan to get out there and sell his chocolate. Now, he is the cutest. He was like, just go ahead and sell my chocolate. He jumps out the bed. He's adorable. So he's going out there and he's selling his chocolate. Now, they've been waiting for Tamar to basically buckle down and get work done. Now, they could have edited to make it seem like they waited longer than they actually did, but I'm critiquing what we see. I can't critique what I ain't see, right? That wouldn't make sense. So she sits down, and Tamar, she needs the lights turned down, and she needs a shot, all that just to lay down some vocals in her house, right? This is her house, a place where you're supposed to be the most comfortable. So all of the antics and the dramatics, I can't. So then we shift gears to see a choreographer / creative director. I can't remember his name. He comes to Tamar's house to help her plan her live show. So during this meeting, totally unprofessional, she's texting, she's not engaged, she's obviously distracted, so much so that production even pointed that out. So she cuts her meeting short with this guy who probably had to clear his schedule to come and sit down with her. He said he did his homework. He was listening to her music. So he was very professional. She wasn't. No surprise there. So she cuts the meeting short to address an issue with David. So he's upset about Vince being in her house. David ends up leaving. He packs like a little duffel bag and he ends up leaving. And David said that Logan was the one that told him that Vince came into the house, I guess to tuck him in bed or whatever he came there for. Now, I will say this. Here's my question for David. I wonder, was he grilling Logan, to find out, was your father here? Was your father here? Also, the way I saw him pack his stuff and leave, he wasn't argumentative or anything like that. You can tell that Tamar was in the bedroom. She closed the door. She didn't want the cameras in there. And you hear her saying, hold up. So she probably was trying to prevent him from leaving. You don't hear him saying anything. I don't know if he was even mic'd. But after finding out from Logan that, Vince was there, you pack your stuff and leave. I don't know. You probably could make Logan feel like he did something wrong. Who knows? I don't know. Now, on the flip side, I would rather he leave as not to be in the house while he's upset. So I don't fault him for that. But the way that it was broadcasted, he got up out of Dodge. So I don't know. Maybe Logan feels like he did something wrong. You never know. You never know with these kids. So let me go to my notes. Bottom line is Tamar is not willing to do the work. I've talked about this on one of these shows. I don't feel that Tamar is willing to do the work. She posted something to her Instagram recently after it was reported that David possibly has a new girlfriend. Hollywood Unlocked is the source that posted pictures of David alongside another female on a yacht. Looks like he was with his friends, chilling, celebrating, whatever. We don't know if that is his new girlfriend. If it is, so what? Then Tamar, she takes to Instagram and she posts this long post. It's a black and white photo of her looking at herself in a hand mirror. And she just writes this long post about, ladies, have you ever felt overwhelmed? And I'm taking my mental health seriously, and I'm dedicated to fighting for black and brown girls and all of this stuff, okay? Very well could be true, but we've seen this behavior with Tamar before. We've seen these long posts about what she's going to do and what she's going through. My opinion, Tamar would much rather put out a post or put on a show on television, and I mean figuratively and literally, and talk about what she's lost and what has happened to her and how she is the victim in every and any situation, as opposed to actually doing the work to get yourself in a better mental state, repair relationships, acknowledge what it is, the part that you played in a lot of these situations. And I understand that people like Tamar, and I think that's exactly why she gets, quote unquote, a pass, or certain things get overlooked, because people enjoy her. They enjoy her music, they enjoy her personality, and that's fine. But to me, that doesn't take away the fact that she needs to do the work, point blank, period. I just wonder if she even sees her behavior as a problem, and David not wanting Vince to just walk in his house. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that whatsoever. I agree with David. Tamar should be the one bringing David and Vince together, and be a mediator. I don't think she's capable of doing so. And on the flip side of that, I thought to myself, I wonder what Tamar is telling Vince behind David's back, and vice versa. What has she told David in the beginning of their relationship, and at the point where they moved in with one another? Tamar has a young child. And his father is present in his life. So was that a wise idea? Not saying you can't move on, Tamar, and date, but was it a wise idea for you to, shack up with David, or did you move too fast? So we don't know what Tamar is telling Vince. We don't know what Tamar is telling David. However, when she was sitting at the table with David in the episode, he said that he talked to her before that he didn't want Vince just walking up in his house. He says he does not have a problem with Vince. He made that clear. I know people are going to miss that. But he feels like it's disrespectful for Vince to just pop up. Yes, I understand it may be, quote, Tamar's house. I don't know. We don't know if that's true or not. But regardless, if the roles were reversed, Tamar mentioned this. She touched on this in the beginning of the episode. If the roles were reversed, we already know what Tamar would give. It would be a whole bunch of mouth popping, neck rolling, finger waving, loud, loud, loud. Tamar would not go for it if the roles were reversed. So the fact that this man probably sat down and had a conversation with Tamar saying like, look, Vince just walking up in the house or being there when I'm away, I'm not comfortable with that. You know what I mean? And again, well, not even again, but another thing is, why does Vince feel like he needs to be at Tamar's house? Not that he can't be. What is Tamar telling Vince to make Vince comfortable to just walk up in there, even though it's said that it's her house? But still, I find that it is disrespectful. I agree with David on that. My opinions are my own. I just feel like she should be the one to mediate. Like, we don't know what she's saying to them, because she's a throw the rock and hide your hands type person. And going back to Tamar wasting people's time, like I said, the producers, they came there to set things up. Tamar makes it seem like she has a plethora of things to do and her life is just so busy. The same thing happened in episode 1. Oh, I was hoarse. I lost my voice. I can't sing. There's always antics. There's always an excuse. And if this is your profession, this is how you feed your family, this is how you take care of yourself, why are you not taking it seriously? Maybe you feel insecure. Maybe Tamar feels insecure because her voice is not what she wants it to be. Okay, fine. But you can work on that. I just don't understand all of the attention-seeking foolishness. She made a comment when Vince was going to be dropping off Logan. She was in the kitchen with her friends, and she made a comment. They said, Vince is coming here. Even they thought that, that's not why Vince is actually coming inside. So it seems to me that they are privy to the fact that David is not really feeling the fact that Vince can just pop up whenever he wants. So Tamar says, he's going to be dropping him off. And then it's like, all right, bye, see you later. Then she made a comment about parenting the way white people do. She doesn't want her kid living in a broken home or spending Christmases between two households. Listen, most people spend Christmases between multiple households. It's not that big of a freaking deal. But I don't like that comment. Like, I want to parent like the white people do. I want to co-parent. White is as if white is this standard that we should all strive to be. Like, that just shows to me her childish mentality. I didn't think it was funny whatsoever. So she's sitting talking with Goldie, and she had a dream, and she's talking about she was at a party and Trina was there and David was there with her and David's two nieces. One of them was named Ursula and Andy or whatever. And Goldie is just sitting there getting her life, right? She's just so excited. She's so excited. So she thought that maybe David was cheating on her with another girl or something like that. Then she mentions that she saw Ellen in the video, in the dream. So Goldie suggested that she do some sort of like, I forgot what she called it. Like, she takes her to a place where she can break things and get out her frustration. They smash therapy or whatever it's called. We've seen this on a couple of other reality shows, where you smash an old beat down car with a sledgehammer, or you throw some glass, or you throw an axe or something. So she suggested that she do that. And Tamar, she goes off. She just keeps mentioning, I don't want to be portrayed as an angry black woman. I'm not angry. I don't want to break things. And, the producer confronts her, and he's trying to talk to her. And he didn't like that Tamar basically accused him of trying to make her out to be an angry black woman. Because Tamar says, I don't like this narrative that you're trying to spin. You're trying to make me out to be an angry black woman. So the producer wasn't really feeling that label or that accusation she was trying to pin on him. And he looked very upset, rightfully so. So the producer Tamar, of course, storms off, and the producer goes into the room or knocks on the door and tries to like get her to come out. Tamar was like, I don't want to fight my sisters. I don't want to fight this. I'm just fighting the devil. But anyway, when he goes into the room, he confronts her. He wasn't aggressive, but he was very serious because I got where he was coming from. He's like, I don't want it to come across as I'm trying to paint anyone or you to be an angry black woman. You could tell that he was a little bit frustrated with her, and he was also upset because you can't just go around accusing people of things like that. That's a serious allegation, especially in this social climate. So, like I said, the producer confronts her, and then Tamar kind of changed up her tune. She's like, no, what's the matter? No. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about y'all out there. She looks at the camera and I guess she's addressing the masses, the public. So basically Tamar is trying to say that we, the viewing public, are trying to paint her out to be an angry black woman. I think that she did not expect that producer to confront her about her careless comments, her careless and immature comments, and she had to change it up real quick. How the heck can the viewing public portray you on a reality show as an angry black woman? You portray yourself as an angry woman that just so happens to be black. So you don't need any help from production or the public to do that. We've seen your behavior on Braxton Family Values. We've certainly seen your behavior when your family sat down with Iyanla, and we see your behavior on this show, even in episode 2. All Goldie did was suggest, some sort of smash therapy, a fun activity. If you wanted to not participate, you could have just respectfully declined. Why did you have to go off on a tangent? Again, I can only critique what was shown. You know how they cut and splice, clips. So we don't know what exactly triggered Tamar to act like that. I don't want to fight with the girls in the real. I don't want to fight with my sisters. I don't want to fight with nobody. What does that have to do with anything? I'm totally confused. Again, attention-seeking behavior. Once an opportunity is presented to you for you to kind of go further or make some sort of progress, get real, here comes the distraction. You know what I mean? Here comes the sabotage in the whole situation. Just throw a monkey wrench in the whole thing. That way it derails everything. Tamar, your tactics are not new. All right, let's move on. Let's see. Yeah, I already talked about the whole, comment about how white people parent. I just wish black people would stop that nonsense. You know what I mean? Whatever. Now, as far as David, I feel the reason he is getting accused of being a scammer, controlling, I think it's because most don't find him physically attractive. There, I said it. I want to know, what is it that David has done that would deem him controlling? Because he speaks up for himself? If that's the case, then Tamar is hella controlling, right? He can speak up for himself. Why can't he? He's in a relationship. It's not just about him. There's two people. So if he expressed that he's dissatisfied with something, and Tamar refuses to confront the situation as far as with Vince and David, if something is making him uncomfortable, he's supposed to just shut up and deal with it. Now, if he told her that, just shut up and deal with it and refuse to confront it, everybody would be in an uproar. So I don't know, everybody has their own opinion, but I think David is not physically attractive to most. This is why, I never trusted him. He's a scammer. He's controlling. David is the reason why Tamar is going through this. David is not the reason why Tamar is going through this. David was not around during the beginning stages or seasons of Braxton Family Values. Was he? Did we not see the same despicable behavior from Tamar? Got to find somebody to blame, right? I don't know. I said what I said. I put down here Prison Bay as an example. You guys know Prison Bay. Prison Bay got out of jail. He got ladies calling him. Ladies want to date him. This man went to prison. He's acting now. Got a lot of opportunities afforded to him. David is an educated man, a businessman. He came into the relationship with his own money. Seems like he left with his own money, but he's a scammer. I don't trust him. If he looked different, I'm pretty sure some of y'all will be singing a different tune. Just my opinion. Let's see. What else do I have on here? Now, I'm not saying, let me say this. I'm not saying um I'm not saying he can't be controlling, right? But I have yet to hear or see anyone say, well, he did this, this, and this. This is why he is control. I don't know. Y'all know what I mean. It is what it is. Like I said, David didn't make Tamar the way that she is. About her IG post, she posted to her Instagram, just I'm trying to work on this, or it's me versus me now. It's all about me. Have you ever been overwhelmed? No accountability whatsoever. I think that she is pandering. This is my opinion. I think that she is pandering to people, women in particular, who feel like, their voices aren't heard, or who are in toxic situations. Here's the thing. Tamar, she seems to be in the financial position, okay, to seek professional help, so more so than the average American, right? So you're in a position financially, maybe, I don't know how your money is. I don't care, but you seem to be in a financial position to be able to get intense therapy. So why not take advantage of that? Why not do the work? It's a lot easier. I said this before. It's a lot easier for her to throw temper tantrums, act as if she's the victim. This is happening to me. Everybody calls me the black sheep. No one wants to be around. I'm tired of begging my family, because I saw the preview for episode 3 and she's sitting with Mona. And Mona's basically trying to get her to air out all her business, all her family business. In a nutshell, that's what she was trying to say. And Tamar was just talking about how her family doesn't come see her, and her mother said what she said to TMZ when TMZ caught up with her mother in the airport, and what she said about Vince. She said she didn't know that her mother felt that way, and she found out about it on the news just like everyone else. She just, again, no accountability. None. It's everyone else doing it to you. And it's getting old. Tamar's in her 40s. Like, when is enough enough? I don't hear her take accountability for anything. She is always the one going through it. People are always doing things to her. Now, as far as the preview for episode 3, when she's talking about her family, Tamar, knock it off. The way that you treated your sisters on camera, Lord knows how you treated them before you got the show. The way that you treated your sisters when you were living high off the hog was despicable. Totally despicable. And you did it publicly. Everyone can't be telling the same lie, man. It's you, dog. It's you. And I think that she might not either. It could be a combination of she doesn't know how to take accountability, or she doesn't want to look bad, so she refuses to take accountability, or if she repeats the same thing over and over again and convinces her fans that she is the one on the bad end of the stick and it's everyone against her, that people will buy into it. And that way it absolves her of doing any work. Again, she doesn't want to do the work. This is what Iyanla was trying to get through to her. This is what Iyanla proved. And when Tamar was cutting up, everyone sat around and just looked. When she was crying to Tracy, saying that she apologized, this was on when they sat down with Iyanla, Tracy's face just looked like, yeah, I heard it all before. The cameras are rolling, so here's the theatrics. So Tamar, you're gonna keep running into this brick wall, sis. And your Tamartian fans, of course, they'll continue to support you. I don't see why not, as far as her music is concerned. But this type of behavior, most of you wouldn't accept this type of behavior in your real life. So let's call a spade a spade. Let's stop acting like, everyone is against Tamar. The only person that's against Tamar is herself. She's working against herself. She has done so countless times. So that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say. I ain't got to say no more. I will definitely be watching episode 3 and coming back for a review. So this concludes my recap for Tamar Braxton Get Ya Life episode 2. Be sure to like the video if you liked it. You can drop down in the comments, and please, you can disagree wholeheartedly with anything that I said. I'm asking that you disagree respectfully. Can't wait to read your comments. Signing off, folks. Until next time. Peace.